All right, so we got another one
Yep.
from Gangsta Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs has dropped the sequel to.
So you only die twice. You only live once. Yeah, there's something like you only die twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So You Only Live Once is the name of the album.
Yeah. Where you only die once.
You only die once?
You only die once? Wait, because like
Yo, are we washed? Are we washed? Are we washed?
You only die. You only wait. You only.
Yes,
you only die once. Yeah, and then the other one was you only live twice.
So something you die once and live twice.
This one's you only die once.
Okay.
And this is sequel. Even though the second one, the only die once comes after the you only live twice. Yeah.
Anyway, Freddie Gibbs dropped. Some people were actually anticipating this album. Not a lot of people, but some people. I got into Freddie Gibbs relatively recently. I listened to Alfredo, Soul Separately, Pinata, and Bandana.
Mm-hmm.
Alfredo's probably my favorite so far, but it's just the one I've been listening to the most. But Malachi, you're a pretty big Freddie Gibbs fan, very familiar with his work, more than I am. I just got into him like the last 3-ish months.
Mm-hmm.
What were your... Why were you excited for this album?
Because Freddie Gibbs...
It kind of just came up out of nowhere, too.
It came up out of nowhere. Like, literally, you sent me the post. It was like, what, album November 1st. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Freddie Gibbs' music is... I've always enjoyed... Like, I started listening to him like around 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And my first project, Freddie Gibbs, was like Bandana. I think. Well, no, not Bandana. It would have been... Was it Bandana? It might have been. Anyways, the point is, I listened to a lot of his catalog, and he's really good at he's really good at rap. That's the main thing.
That's his thing.
He doesn't even care about producing the shit. He's just like, you give him the beat, he'll go crazy. You know the No More Parties in LA with the original song with his verse on it. It's insane. And I listened to this album, like it was just straight up. It didn't blow my I expected what I expected, and I got what I expected. Right.
Same.
It was good.
That was my thoughts too.
Yeah, like it was good. Freddie Gibbs, there's a lot of songs but I think this is probably his best solo project. No, I think
without collaborating with a producer.
Yeah, this he had obviously Soul Separate. I believe that's a solo project, and so this is probably better than that album. I don't think it's quite as good as Pinata or Bandana, or even Alfredo. But
I don't think it's better than Alfredo.
But it's still it's a very good project, and that says a lot about his discography as whole. Like this is fourth in his discography probably, and it's still a very good album. So
you can even argue like some other albums are better than it, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
But obviously we have to go over our grading criteria. So we have 5 categories of grading. We have artist performance, which is basically how well did the artist perform on the track, bars, flows, presence. Freddie has probably got a decent rating here. Mm-hmm. Then we have production, which our description of production is a little more broad. It's just kind of all the technical aspects of an album, aside from the rapping itself. So that even includes like curation, sequencing, like themes and stuff as well, and obviously beat selection.
Yeah.
And then we have features. Pretty obvious. How well did the features do? Was there too many? Was there not enough? Were they good? Were they in the right spots? For this album, though, there was no features. So it's going to get a non-applicable rating, but if there was, that's how it will be graded.
I think there was one on It's Your Anniversary, but I forgot what her...
Unlisted?
Yeah, but...
There's background vocals,
but
right?
Yeah, it was more so just for the chorus. But it wasn't there weren't any tangible features.
Exactly. So. And then we also have replayability, which in our version of replayability, it's kind of more up to, it's very subjective, more up to interpretation. We have our ratings.
I mean objective, right?
Objective. Yeah, objective. It's objective, but also it's kind of like if it's too low in your head, you might just change it. It's it's whatever. It's not that important. Yeah. So basically, we take all the songs that were really really good, that we really liked, that we wouldn't skip, that aren't trash, and then we will divide that by the overall total amount of songs. Then you get the number, of course. Then we have the album cover / rollout. A little bit different from some other music creators, which is obviously how well does the cover relate to the music content? How cool is the cover? Like, is it just cool? Mm-hmm. Is it artistic? And the rollout, obviously, how good was the rollout? Was it too long? Was it too short? Was it annoying? Was it trash? Was there even a rollout? It's kind of... The album takes precedence over the rollout, of course. The album cover takes precedence over the rollout. But it's just something we wanted to include because that's part of the soundscape, right? Yeah. Building the world for the album. But Malachi, let's get into it right away. Freddie Gibbs.
Artist performance.
What is the artist performance on this album?
So for me, I gave his artist performance a 90 out of 100.
Wow.
Yeah,
damn.
I think. Well, I mean, Freddie Gibbs is an incredible rapper.
Yep.
He's very good at just kind of telling stories, and he also not just telling stories, encapsulating moments in his life. You know what I mean? You can almost feel like you can. He's not the most sentimental or emotional rapper, but you can almost feel like you can sense the emotion. that he kind of felt in certain like aspects of his life, right?
Yeah.
And like I feel as though like also like he has really good bars, and like what I like about Gibbs' rapping is that even like his bars that aren't serious are like his funny bars are like also kind of good at the same time, you know what I mean? Like
they're very witty.
Yeah, like you know some artists would like try to be funny when they rap, but it comes off as corny.
Yeah.
Like with Gibbs, I don't think it's ever really been like that for Gibbs. Like he's always like his kind of witty bars are always like still kind of hard, like still kind of like enjoyable.
What were some like songs that stood out to you like in that nature?
I liked Wolverine's actually. I think we'll get back to that track. That track's very interesting. Like just the subject matter you're talking about.
I want to smoke my ops like Oppenheimer.
It's Your Anniversary is probably my favorite track. I love that song. That song is interesting. I really liked Walk It Off as well.
My favorite song is
the outro on the set.
The outro, I think it's my favorite song on the album.
That's
very
that's
good.
A great song.
Yeah. Goddamn, they done got Diddy, bro. That's crazy. But for my artist performance, a little bit lower than yours. I had an 80, which is still really high. I said superb flows on bars. What prevents this from being like a 90 or 100 for me? So I just felt it was a little bit repetitive.
Okay.
Like at certain points. Like certain songs, I felt like he was kind of rapping on the same content matter, or like the flows were a little like similar. Obviously, he's not gonna have 3 million flows to deal with. Like he's only gonna have whatever he has, right? So that's what. But it's a very nitpick thing because I still gave it an 80. Like I said, on all the songs he was going crazy. So many different flows, so many different bars. Just a good performance, and I think that's what you want Freddie Gibbs. Like this, when I went into it, I knew this category was gonna be the highest.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But Malachi, what were your thoughts on the production of this album? Because we know that's a big part as well.
I mean, so with Gibbs I think that all the beats are pretty good. I give the production 85 out of 100.
Yep.
So overall, like the beats, like Freddie Gibbs' ear for beats is like underrated. Like I think we're talking like artists in the game. Like he's up there, like probably top 5 in terms of ear for beats.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's immaculate. There's another artist we'll get to today probably that I think has a bit of a better ear for beats, but. Like
you'll see that in another video.
His just like obviously we see he works with Madlib, Alchemist, like like he knows when the beat's good.
Has he ever worked with Conductor?
I think he's had individual tracks, but I don't know like for full like
the songs with Benny X were pretty good.
Yeah,
I was so surprised. Like where was it? Like Origami.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I heard the Benny X like thing, I was like, what the fuck? Benny X made this song. And they look the same. I don't know if you know what Benny X looks like.
They do look
yeah,
the same.
they look. An account tweeted about the album that Benny X went on. I was like, and I replied, I was like, Benny X and Freddie ain't the same person. It got like 60 likes. So
Freddie gives you a reply, fuck you, Nick.
Freddie Gibbs is funny, bro. Production, I gave an 80 out of 100 as well. I said very similar to the artist performance. I said all the beats were good. Nothing was bad. Again, I felt like there was a little repetition sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing like it was like sometimes repetition is like it's trash repetition.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's like
sometimes it's good repetition.
Yeah, exactly. That was my kind of nitpick again. Like It's Your Anniversary was good production. There was like some mini beat switch at the end of Brick Fees.
Oh yeah.
Which was cool. And I like there's a lot of like the songs weren't that long, and I think a big part of like the album production too is like it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The album was like 35 minutes. In and out, you're good. Like I went to the gym, been back in the gym, so I was like, let me listen to it. I listened to it like 3 times before I even left. Because it's so short.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Because I'm listening to it, I'm like, I haven't already heard this, and I checked, and I'm like, oh, I've already heard this 2 times. So that was cool. The production was very good. All the producers did well. I was just because Benny X from like Yeet songs, or like that one Drake song, like nothing like the stuff he produced on this. So that was honestly pretty cool to me. So production is at an 80. Malachi, obviously we're gonna skip features, non applicable.
Yeah.
Replayability, what is that at for you?
That for me is a 76 out of 100.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're about, I think, that was a 14 track album.
You know what's crazy? I think we had the exact same thing. I put 77 because I rounded up.
Oh.
Because it was like 76 and a half.
I think I might round it down.
It's just one. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, cool.
But what were 2 of your favorite tracks? No doubt.
Yeah. So like I said, It's Your Anniversary is probably my favorite track on the album.
Yeah.
I really liked Wolverine.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that song a little bit.
Go for it.
Because that song was okay. So towards the end of the album, he talked about like he had the track where it was kind of like how deaths like within the industry are like really actually like affected, right?
Yeah.
Like Rich Homie Quan's passing, how that affected.
That's why I like that last song a lot. Yeah.
But then this track kind of talked about like almost because he mentioned like how he like has songs like R. Kelly in his library solicited, but like he would never condone what he does.
Right.
And I'm like, that's interesting that he would talk. He mentioned on the album, right? And like he talked a lot about like because a couple years ago there was like he had like sexual allegations like when he was over in Europe.
Oh,
and,
he
like,
did?
Yeah, but like it was
BS.
Yeah, so the whole situation like and then he like said that Europeans don't like whenever you go to Europe they like don't like they don't respect him and stuff like that. Like it's weird, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's such an interesting because like a lot of people like when it comes to like racism like with America we talk about it. But Europeans, like, they literally invented racism. I think a lot of people forget that, right? Europeans, like, they're the OG racists.
They're the first ones.
They're the OG racists.
I'm the second one.
Don't tap me.
I'm playing.
Europeans, like, the OG racists. Like, like to this day, like, black people go there and shit. Like, it's not cool. Like, it's not great in North America, but it's a lot better than it is in Europe. Like,
no, but the thing about racism in Europe, like, nobody even bothers to try and, like, hide their racism. They're just like, yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I thought him talking about the album, so because he's experienced, right? Even like when you talk about like A$AP Rocky Sweden, I know that's the situation a little different. Like a little different, but like shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, okay, this is like him like kind of straight learning like the stuff that's happened years ago when he was overseas in Europe.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
No, for sure, and I think so. I replaying mine was 77.
Yeah.
So same thing. My favorite song was easily on the set. Where he kind of echoes that R. Kelly statement a little, where he talks about like they got Diddy and stuff, and he was talking about like how he likes him, but like he thinks he like orchestrated Biggie and Pac dying, and he doesn't know how to feel.
Yeah, I heard. Oh, yeah,
he doesn't know how to feel about that, and then like he said he thought about retirement when Nipsey got shot, and then he also talked about how like Rich Homie Quan dying was like it hit him because like he died way too young and stuff. So like I think it's an underrated part because a lot of these guys like peers and coworkers. They get killed all the time.
Yeah.
It's like an industry where that just happens a lot.
Happens a lot, and it's really tragic because like Rich Homie Quan, how old is he? He was like mid-30s, right?
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
Like and it's like it's scary.
And I think it's also a discussion about like sure like none of us really like listen to maybe some of us don't know Big or Pac's music that well. Because Freddie Gibbs isn't that young, right? Isn't he like
he's like 40?
Yeah. So we would have like been like I don't know how in tune he would have been then, but like. Still, right? Like, some of that happening it's big. And even someone like Rich Homie Quan, who, like, me and you, or a lot of people don't listen to, like, crazy. But, like, that's someone who's, like, in the industry with him, right? It's different.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, like, it's like, it's kind of like it's drug overdose, or it's like with Nipsey, it's like him getting shot. You know
yeah, it's like just so senseless.
Yeah. Like, things that could, like, a drug overdose is something that could be prevented if other things, like, are in place, right?
For sure.
Same, and that killing could just 100 just be prevented, just in period, could be prevented, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's like even like
Mac Miller, like his passing, like there's like
Takeoff. They shot him over nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Even like all these guys die for nothing mostly.
Yeah, like it's things that could definitely be prevented if other action was taken. You know what I mean?
For sure. Which is kind of sad. But that brings us to the last category, which is the album cover. What did you give that?
I get the album cover. Like I never really peeped it until like
I've looked at it after.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, this shit looks fucking sick.
It's literally what the album is about.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
I gave it 81 out of 100. I gave it 81.
Yeah, I gave it an 80.
Oh yeah.
We were kind of like on par with this album.
My response was a bit higher, but because I really think that's Freddie Gibbs was like everything else was pretty good, but he was definitely the standout. Like
of course, I agree with you on that.
I'll cover 81. I'm gonna take a look at it. Like
it's kind of like it's like they're just being like dragged to hell.
Yeah.
Essentially,
it's just the artist, whoever, like, I don't know who drew it or like who created it, but like it looks
hella artistic.
It looks cool.
There wasn't really a rollout to this. There was there was one billboard and like the phone call.
Yeah, I don't know if like it's symbol because everything's green, right? But then like you see like I guess like Gibbs is like kind of like in like orange. I don't know if that's symbolic in some way. Like
I'm not even trying to look into
it.
We're gonna let Twitter do that.
It probably is, but like yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So overall, I gave it an 80 as well.
Yeah.
Did you do the math for this?
Yeah.
Okay. So overall, I gave it a 7.9 out of 10.
Yeah.
That was my rating for it. Honestly, probably one of the better albums I've heard this year. Very different from some albums I've heard this year as well. Mm-hmm. I've just been trying to like get more. I don't even like. What do you call this kind of rap?
Well, I guess
it's coke rap, but like
but I don't know what other kind of name for it would be because that's not really like an official name. That's kind of like just what people throw out there. But I don't know what you would really call this. I guess coke rap because like it's like
is it gangster rap?
I guess you could call it gangster rap because it falls in the similar kind of like this type of shit like Pusha T raps about.
Yeah.
Or like Pusha as an artist, so I guess
like gangsta coke rap.
Yeah.
Okay? So what do you think West Side Gun's genre rap is?
Oh, that's like okay, because that's a little different. There's I remember there was a term for this because like West Side Gun would be like
it's not industrial.
It's not really so because you have East Coast, but West Side Gun is like. Because East Coast is like New York, boom bap, right?
Yeah.
But then West Side Gun's Buffalo, so it's like a different section of East Coast.
We'll dive into it in the next review. Yeah. But 7.9 out of 10 for Freddie Gibbs. Yeah. What did you give it?
I got it 8.3 out of 10.
8.3?
8.3, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that 90 out of 100 probably boosted a while.
And that checks out. I think that's fair. Like wherever that falls in between, like 81, 82.
Yeah, I feel like that's where I would put it. I didn't like it's not a perfect. I wasn't blown. It's hard to get a perfect album.
It's very hard to get a perfect album. Like there's very few albums where it's like you really have to like every song.
Yeah, like every song has to be good.
Yeah.
Nothing has to be bad, and it's probably a song your favorite artist dropped.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time giving it out like a 10 to an artist that I'm unfamiliar with. Yeah. Or like I'm just saying, like personal bias has to come through. So for Freddie Gibbs' newest album, You Only Die Once. We are sitting at about an 8.1, 8.2. Malachi gave it an 8.3. I gave it 7.9. Would we recommend you listen to this project? Of course we would.
Yep.
It was very good. I feel like it's a good introduction to Gibbs too if it's your first Freddie Gibbs album.
I think I've seen like those people make those like kind of posts of like if you want to get to the artist and where you start.
Yeah. And
kind of where you if you like this ass music where you go from there.
Yeah.
So like I feel like this is definitely somewhere you put at the top. Hey, this is where you would start.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go from there because
exactly.
It's a very good introduction to music.
I feel like his albums of like Alfredo, Pinata, and Bandana. Those three are like, I think that's like pinnacle.
Pinata is insane.
That's like pinnacle.
That's a classic.
That's Freddie Gibbs' top 3 for sure.
That's a classic.
I saw an argument on Twitter that was like, Freddie Gibbs got more albums than J. Cole, more classic albums than J. Cole.
Sorry, that's what yeah, I mean, he does.
No, but
I agree.
I think a lot of this is a secondary issue. A lot of people are like, I don't know who that is, so they can't have classic albums.
Yeah.
Like I saw people,
my god, yeah.
Like all the quotes are like, I don't even know who that is, so how can you get more class? I'm like, bro, that's not how that works.
It's because like a couple of years ago he was beef with academics, like all of his like fucking goons or whatever.
Oh, like Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah, like no, not even that. Like before, they were beefing over some other shit. They've been beefing for time, but all of that like goons were like fucking nobody knows Freddie Gibbs. Like just like bro, like shut the fuck up.
What's funny about the Freddie Gibbs thing? It's like he kind of just like yeah.
yeah.
That's like. If that's gonna happen to you in the rap game, you just gotta be like, yeah.
You can't like, yeah.
It is what it is. Oh, that shit where him and J-Pac Mafia are beefing and they're in the same hotel.
he was like,
and those videos, you know those videos where like J-Pac was like, Freddie Gibbs is like,
he's like, bro, I'm here, bro. Hold on. That's literally what he was saying.
That shit was fucking funny as hell. But definitely give this album a listen. If you guys enjoyed the album, let us know. If you guys enjoyed the review, let us know. What can we improve on? What did you like? And yeah, solid. Definitely give it a listen. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want. It's your life at the end of the day. It really is. Yep. So for me, for Malachi, for everyone at the Microphone Club, just us two. We'll see you guys in the next review, which we're gonna record right after this. So peace out, everyone. Enjoy.